Okay, so hypothetically, right? Let's just say race doesn't matter. Okay, race doesn't matter. What you have with Donald Trump is somebody who's incredibly entitled and extremely underqualified. Okay. And it's not just Trump, it's the entire Trump administration, right? You have a bunch of men who really play into modern conspiracies, right? They know how to speak to the average American. They know what our fears are. And I don't want to say are. I'm an average American, but not in terms of ideology. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, all right. I didn't graduate from Yale, but as far as the educational level, I am a little bit more above the fifth grade average. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So let's take race off the table, right? So when you listen to these men, they're playing into every uneducated person in America. They're playing into all of their fears and their fantasies. And I believe that's exactly why they're able to garner such large audiences of the support, despite the fact that much of what they do goes against the betterment of our health and our well-being as just citizens. You know what I mean? Like, these are rich, wealthy men who are just in here with audacity. That's it. And, they're playing into, like I said, they're playing into a lot of the fears that a lot of people have. And so if you're thinking, oh, we can't trust the government, which I'm not saying that we can, but if the attitude is, they're out to get us, they're out to hurt us, and this is funny too, when you kind of think about this, because one, African Americans have always had a level of skepticism in regards to medical and scientific practices within Western society. And it's rightfully so. But to see the Surgeon General in Florida get up here and say that vaccinations are linked to slavery is the exact reason why they asked me to keep critical race theory in the classroom. Because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? First of all, honey, slaves didn't even have access to healthcare. That's why we have such a holistic approach as African American people, right? And so they know what they're doing when they get this black man to get up here and start talking all these things. And I could just look at this man and tell, how much did they pay you? What we talking? Because what are you doing? What type of political agenda are you pushing? And first and foremost, have parents really advocated for this? Is this something that most people want? Because yes, vaccines are a requirement, but for the most part, people who do have a valid, solid reason, like I said, people who really live in value, right? Live in not incongruence, but live in parallel to a holistic approach and a holistic lifestyle, they actually have the exemptions that will qualify them to be anti-vax. For everybody else, y'all just lost in the sauce.